The hunting grounds of Karvoth Prime stretched across crimson sands beneath twin suns, a sacred proving ground where the Cravathi came of age. For 3,000 years their young had stalked prey here, earning their place among the galaxy's most feared predator species. Today that tradition shattered. Commander Arlen Drake stood at the edge of the arena, his weathered combat armor marked with scars from a dozen campaigns. He hadn't come to hunt. He'd come to recruit. Vex circled him slowly, claws flexed, amber eyes burning with curiosity rather than bloodlust. The young Cravathi stood nearly 7 feet tall, his obsidian scales gleaming like polished stone. Behind him 6 more cubs, each bred for violence, each trained since birth to kill, watched the human with unprecedented interest. "You dishonor our right," growled Elder Thane from the observation platform, his voice carrying across the arena. "This is our way. Our cubs must hunt to become warriors." Drake didn't look up at the Elder. His eyes remained locked on Vex. "Your way is dying, Elder. The Dominion doesn't care about your traditions. They're burning colony worlds, civilian transports, nursery stations." He paused, letting the words hang in the scorching air. "They'll come for Karvoth next." Vex's head tilted, a gesture Drake had learned meant contemplation among the Cravathi. "What does a human know of our strength? I know you're wasting it." Drake stepped forward and none of the cubs attacked, a breach of protocol that sent murmurs through the gathered elders. "I watched your people fight at Meridian Station. You killed 3 Dominion shock troopers each before you fell. You died for honor, for tradition, for the hunt. Is that not worthy?" Vex asked. "You died for nothing," Drake said flatly. "Because you fought alone. Because you believed your individual strength mattered more than the pack." He gestured to the other cubs. "Humans learned something your kind hasn't. We're weak, fragile. Our claws are dull, our hides soft. But we learned to fight together, not as hunters but as soldiers." The word hung foreign in the air. The Cravathi language had no direct translation for soldier, only warrior, hunter, killer. Different concepts entirely. Vex's tail lashed once. "You mock our culture. I'm offering you a choice your elders won't." Drake pulled a data chip from his belt, tossed it to the sand between them. "That contains tactical data from 47 human military campaigns. Victories against enemies that outnumbered us, outgunned us, outmatched us in every physical way. We won because we adapted. We coordinated. We refused to fight their war and made them fight ours." Another cub, smaller but with scars already marking her hide, stepped forward. "The elders say cooperation is weakness. The pack hunting is for the prey species." Drake laughed, harsh, bitter. "Then explain why humanity controls 300 systems while the Cravathi Empire is down to 12. Silence. Even Elder Thane had no retort. Vex picked up the data chip, his claws surprisingly gentle. "If we refuse the hunt, we lose our honor. Honor won't protect your families when the Dominion comes." Drake's voice softened slightly. "I'm not asking you to abandon who you are. I'm asking you to become more. The Dominion expects predators, give them soldiers. What is the difference?" Vex asked. Drake smiled. "A predator hunts until it's satisfied. A soldier fights until the job is done, no matter the cost." He met each cub's gaze in turn. "The Dominion is 3 days from Karvoth. Your elders will send warriors to fight them one-on-one, honor against honor, and your people will die with their traditions intact. Or," Vex prompted, "or you come with me. I'll teach you how humans fight. Not with claws and teeth, but with tactics, teamwork, and technology that amplifies what you already are. You'll learn to use your strength not for glory, but for survival, for victory." Elder Thane descended from the platform, his ancient body still radiating menace. "You would poison our youth with your herd mentality." "I would give them a future," Drake countered. "Something you're too proud to do." Thane's claws extended. For a moment violence seemed certain. Then Vex stepped between them. "I choose to follow the human," the young Cravathi announced. "Not because I reject our ways, but because I wish to preserve them. Dead traditions protect no one." One by one, the other cubs moved to stand beside Vex, 7 in total. 7 who chose potential disgrace over certain extinction. Thane's roar shook the arena. "You are cubs no longer, you are exiles. You will never hunt these grounds again." "Maybe not," Vex said quietly. "But our children might, if we survive." 3 days later, the Dominion fleet arrived at Karvoth Prime. They expected scattered resistance from honor-bound warriors fighting duels in space. Instead, They encountered coordinated strike teams using guerrilla tactics, synchronized ambushes and strategic retreats that baited enemy forces into kill zones. The Crevathi elders fought bravely and died gloriously, as tradition demanded. Vex and his pack fought dirty and survived as Drake had taught them. They defended supply lines instead of seeking single combat. They sabotaged enemy weapons instead of testing their strength against them. They protected evacuation transports instead of pursuing personal glory. When the battle ended, the Dominion had retreated, not because they were beaten, but because the cost of victory had become unsustainable, an unprecedented outcome against the Crevathi. In the ruins of the capital city, Drake found Vex standing over the body of Elder Thane, who'd fallen defending the Great Hall in a final, futile charge. He died with honor, Vex said. He died, Drake replied. You didn't. Neither did the 40,000 civilians your tactics saved. He placed a hand on the young Crevathi's armored shoulder. That's the difference between a warrior and a soldier. Warriors die for glory. Soldiers live to fight tomorrow. Vex looked at his mentor, then at his pack gathering around them. The elders called us cubs who refused the hunt. Then prove them wrong, Drake said. Show them that choosing to follow a human into war wasn't weakness. It was evolution. Vex's mandibles spread in what Drake had learned was a Crevathi smile. We will need more training. You'll get it, Drake promised. And when this war is over, you'll return here not as exiles but as survivors, the first of a new generation. The predator cubs had refused the hunt. In doing so, they discovered something far more dangerous than tradition. They discovered human warfare, and the galaxy would never be the same.